Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about The Tick, Season 1, Episode 9. It's called My Dinner with Android, which is a play on My Dinner with Andre, in case you were wondering. So this is full spoilers, of course, for the episode, as always. This is Episode 9, and we continue basically a little bit of everything that we did last episode. We have scientists back again. This time he's got a big head, but his body's gotten even smaller.
Yes.
Which is very neat because it means when he's in the little stroller, he
just have to show his head.
Yeah, so clearly they've just built something, so he's under there and his head's sticking out. It's actually, I was like, okay, that effect looks better. A little doll body just under the blanket.
Exactly.
So you got that, and you got the mysterious figure that showed up at the end of the last episode turned out to be an android. The government is after him from his own country. They're after him. They want him back. So they've sent someone with an android to try and grab him, which leads to the Tick's odd theory this episode that he is also a robot. Because he thinks that him and the android share a lot in common. He keeps saying he's bluish.
Yeah,
he's not remotely bluish at all.
I didn't think so either.
No, I think that was part of the joke. So that was the thing that was going on, and he thought it was a robot for a lot of the episode. And Arthur's like, "Shut up! You're not a robot." That was basically his.
Did you catch the robot? I kept thinking she said Deckard, like Blade Runner. But
I didn't catch the name, no. So
but I wasn't sure if I was mishearing it. I was like, every time I heard it, I was like, I'm not quite sure if that's what it was.
I don't think so. But hey, so that's all going on. We get a lot of stuff around for the robot, and Arthur actually uses some smarts. He tricks the lady because he puts in a turkey into the stroller, and because of that, she thinks she's killed the scientist, and instead she's off.
That's it. No way that she's looking for him now.
Yep. And because of that, Arthur's feeling all proud of himself, and they go back to his place. They're shocked that Kevin's basically living there. Which, by the way, Tinfoil Kevin is living, when he's not at Arthur's, that is, he is living inside the head of a giant robot.
Yeah, but I mean, see, he's not, is he? Because that's his office, and I recall distinctly in the first half of the season him complaining that he doesn't sleep in his office.
That's true. Yeah. Well, so that was the joke. Yes. He has an office, but he doesn't sleep there. But he doesn't have a home. Yes. Very, very amusing. But giant head. I'm all for this.
Yeah. Let's not brush over that.
Let's not brush over the giant head. And let's not brush over the danger boat Arthur awkward romance that's brewing. Where Dangerboat sexually assaults him in the shower, and Arthur kind of likes it, but then Dangerboat keeps saying weird things, and he feels uncomfortable. And then later on, Dangerboat's like, when he's on the phone, he's like, Arthur, I may have made you feel uncomfortable with my forwardness earlier on. Yeah, it's still hilarious.
And he was like, yeah, when we showered together. And he's like, no, we didn't shower together. You were the shower, and I was inside you.
Yeah, and the scientist behind him keeps making these ooh faces, like oh, that's kinky.
Yeah. Oh, cracking me up.
It's good stuff. Because after the shower, he's like, okay, we can't stay here. Let's go back to the apartment. What about the terror? It's fine, terror, whatever. We'll deal with it.
Yeah.
It's fine. I need to go home.
And I like that his crush on Arthur. How I think it was last episode. He just let Arthur in. Yeah, no problem. It extends to Dot. It's like, it's fine. It's Arthur's sister. I figured she was cool.
Yeah. He's like, hey, Dot. He's like, hey, Bot.
Yeah, she has no idea what's going on, does she?
No. We continue her wanting to learn to shoot, which we know she's terrible at. And what's the name he calls it? Overkill. He's got a name for the gun. He grabs the gun and he's like, it was like Chelsea or something like that.
No, it wasn't. It was funnier because it was funnier. It was. I feel like it was a singer's Shakira.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was.
There we go. I knew it was funnier because it was like, no, it's an uncommon name.
Yeah. Reminds me of Jane naming his gun Vera in Firefly, which came from Joss Whedon, who also created the hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
You look too proud of yourself for that.
Easy.
Yeah. Easy. All right, fine.
Low hanging fruit. So he's like, because he says something like, you fired this gun like 52. No, wait. 53 times. So, what do you think you were doing with it? And she's like, what, just because I'm this, I can't do this? I operate on people. I cut into arteries. I look inside people's bodies so they don't die. It's like, I just meant what you're doing with this gun. It's wrong for your build. Here, this little gun, that's much better for you.
Yeah, take the Glock.
Less recoil. So there we get the training scene where she's like practicing, there's those bottles of things and she's shooting away. And he's like, right, put your arms out, but don't strain them, but just comfortably extend them out all the way. Also bend your elbows a little bit more. And he keeps like describing things, and she's like just put me in the right place, like
as you often see in the movies.
Yeah, and he's like, no, why did I do that? It's like, but just do it. Just like,
you've got my permission to touch me.
Yeah,
just
she actually,
do it.
Yeah, she turns around and says that you've got my permission. I'm not going to think you're molesting me. Just do it, and he just won't do it. And it's like, so we get that he's got a bit of a weird past, and he's got something.
He says there was an incident once.
Yes, and then we find out, or at least it's implied that Miss Lint is that incident, that she broke his heart, because they're joking about that. We'll get to what Tara and Miss Lint have been up to in this episode in a bit, but I'm like, oh, that's a interesting swerve on events.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Did she ever really care for him? Will he be able to like talk her back over to the light side? Or is she that maniacal? Is she that evil?
She's going to stay on the Lint side.
The Lint side.
Yeah.
So no. But it's this whole thing where... Because as soon as she says, oh, just put me in place, you're like, oh, we're going to do this thing, and it's going to be kind of romantic. We're going to hint at the possible romance.
It's cliche, isn't it?
Yeah. But then he's like, no, I'm not doing that. I've got problems. I can't do that.
This is where it subverts the cliches and the tropes.
Yeah. It's almost like she's like, look, I know it's a cliche, but just do it because I'm not getting it. It's like, no, I can't. I've got a thing. I can't trust. Actually, my favourite line of the whole thing is it gave me a lot of trust issues with women on top of my regular trust issues. Like, he's got a regular trust issues with everyone, and then he's got specific female trust issues on top of that. Yeah. I like that. I like that there's like a pyramid of trust issues building. Yeah. That's good stuff.
Nice.
So that was pretty much that plot, and then of course the Terror takes back his soda company.
Yeah.
We got an evil boardroom, like just haha, we all got all our numbers, we've got charts and graphs, and I relate to this, man. I like a good chart and graph.
I don't know if they were being that evil.
Okay,
you
maybe
say evil boardroom. They were being a boardroom.
It's the set dressing. It looked like an evil boardroom.
Okay, fine. I don't think they were doing anything explicitly, awful.
An actual boardroom looks like it's in a business building of some kind. This was intentionally lavish. It was very, very nicely, wooden surrounds. But
okay, I can't argue with that. No.
Yeah, this was I'm secretly evil and do horrible things in my free time. But then the Terror comes in and walks into the table and says, "This is my company. I made the soda.
I founded this. It's my secret ingredient.
I killed the competition." And he probably means that literally, because he's the Terror.
He probably does, yeah.
Which, I have to say, I thought that the throat slit of the CEO was actually kind of like really violent out of nowhere.
Yeah, because he was like, "Get out of my chair," and I thought I was just gonna, okay, he's gonna get out.
Yeah.
But no, immediately, doesn't give him a chance, just slit the throat.
And here's the thing, like I can see this show being randomly very violent, right? And like kind of like, I always go back to Hot Fuzz. Like, there's the church scene in Hot Fuzz. That is ridiculously over the top violent, but it doesn't seem like something about a throat slit like this feels very vicious in a very kind of evil way. Whereas I expect maybe over the top gore and like silly splatter and things, but this felt kind of sinister. And I'm like, man.
I think it's because every other time we've had any moments, I think back to like the first episode. The big fight sequence and stuff there where, okay, there was some gore. It was always in context of okay, I expect it here. This was just, okay, people sitting around talking, and then here's a shitload of blood.
Yeah, it was surprisingly violent. I'm not really complaining, but it was surprising. Like
I appreciate everyone just kind of picking their stuff off the table before the blood reached it.
Still little things. Well, actually, I mean, I just watched that episode of Buffy today. I'm doing this intentionally, but there was a joke in it how Cordelia was complaining that the worst part of being kidnapped by vampires, been hung upside down, is all the blood stains. You can't get them out of clothes. So it's
sounds like a Cordelia line.
It does, yeah. Season 2, episode 1, because I'll be recording the commentary for that for Patreon in the next day or two. But yeah, so yeah, that was enough for an episode of The Tick. I don't know if this one. Obviously, there's some other couple of things to talk about. I've not forgotten them, but I don't think this one necessarily was as. I mean, this might be the weakest one out of the ones we've had since we came back.
Yeah,
still very good.
I think the other two have had a very consistent through line of this is what this episode is. Whereas this is like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. There's all the scenes are fun.
It's the android episode. And that's okay, but it's just
but the android itself is actually quite a small part of the episode overall when you think when you actually look at it. So it's like, okay, there's a lot going on, and maybe it didn't need quite as much going on.
Obviously, we have Superior as well, which is the thing we left out. Yes. He was getting dumber. Like I feel like he's been given something because he seems to be getting more stupid every time we see him.
I agree. There's like points where I was like, okay, he's just an idiot.
Yeah.
Like when he was on the TV forgetting the name, I was like, okay, he's just an idiot. But now I'm not so sure.
Because he comes in, finds Arthur and Tick. This is the end of the episode. He's there, and he just kind of like says something stupid and faints.
Yeah, it's just gibberish, isn't it?
Yeah, and like, oh well, that's Superior. And obviously the final joke is the Tick going, well, that's Superior, and then it cuts to the credits. You know, it's just like one of those blunt jokes, I guess, at the end.
And obviously Superior believes them now because he's questioning. Okay, he hasn't been updated his file, the Terror that he's actually alive again. He's like, no, he's still dead. We found his teeth. And then he actually looks up at the big naked man. He's like, oh, I recognize him. He's the man who found the teeth.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, when he said earlier on, he thinks he knows him from somewhere, and then we found out in a later scene. I was like, I had no idea what they were going to say he knew him from. I was like, I have no idea where they're going with this. And I mean, I never could. I can never have said, oh, he's the guy who found the teeth.
Yeah, of course not. We had no way of knowing that. But it was like, okay, so now it smells of a cover up.
Yeah. It smells like there's other things going on. Not Superior, sorry. Terror has people on the inside.
Yeah, exactly. And now Superior's like, okay, maybe Terror is alive. Maybe this is a sign, a message.
Yeah. Also, actually, at one point, Dangerbot actually says that Dot's with Overkill to Arthur.
Yeah. And
he starts freaking out. Even when Dot's there and he's like, hey, remember what Arthur said to Overkill? He's like, shut up, Dangerbot.
Yeah.
It's great. More of that. What we need Midnight and Dangerbot together.
Oh, yes.
That's what we need.
Obviously, we only got... Midnight he was on the other end of the phone, but
yeah. How about Walter and Dangerbot? Because he'll say,
does Dangerbot have feet?
the rudder?
You mean rudder?
Rudder, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
That's my guess. The rudder, it makes it move. That's our feet. We walk on our feet.
I suppose. Yeah.
So the rudder makes the most sense to me. I don't know. But I like the idea that he'll walk in. He'll be like, "Oh no, I'll let him in. Overkill. It's okay. It's just Arthur's dad." And then Arthur's like, "He's not my dad."
You can see the joke, yeah.
And he'll be, "I'm so sorry, Arthur. I'm so sorry." Oh, potential. But no, this is obviously not a solid episode. So we'll be back with episode 10 in a day or two. We didn't go through these as quickly as we thought we would. That's purely because we just went like 2 days where we couldn't record anything for various reasons. Otherwise, we'd be almost done by now. But we'll be back with episode 10 in the near future.
It's fun. We're still enjoying it. It's going to happen as soon as we can make it happen.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. I'm just disappointed there's only 3 episodes left.
And I really hope this gets longer episodes because I got to the end of this one again. I'm like, oh man, already?
Yeah, I need more. But there we go. So that is the tick. So let us know what you thought of this one in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Get us on the Twitters at mailed_fuzz for channel updates. If you want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com/mailfuzztv and you can get a link to that in the description. But otherwise, that is us. So thank you once again for watching. Keep watching TV and we'll see you next time. Have you got any vanilla? That's my line.